Welcome everybody to the HyperFast Show. I am so excited. I have the CEO of Curbio, Rick Rudman, here. And the business that they are building is going to save some of you real estate agents from losing to your competition. So last year when I first was introduced to the Curbio concept, it just absolutely blew my mind. And if I recall, I was pretty skeptical.
Yes, you were.
Right? I was like, where's the catch? It's too good to be true. If you guys want more listings, you need to listen to this. So first, can you just help us understand what Curbio does?
Sure. It's very simple concept. We help homeowners and their agents that are getting ready to list a home renovate their home first before it goes on the market so they can sell it for more money and make more money for themselves. So you could say, we're helping homeowners in essence flip their own home and keep the money for themselves instead of giving it away to an investor.
Absolutely. So what I found when I thought about this to be remarkable, in the past, I've actually done this. So I've taken a seller, I've said, listen, you could make $100,000 more by renovating your kitchen and your bathroom. And every single one of you agents out there have had that moment where you had that realization. But I will tell you, the fears that normally come up are, okay, is this process going to take 6 months? Are we going to end up with a contractor that doesn't show up, doesn't do their job? You know this, right?
Yes.
And then what's it going to cost? Are we going to go over budget? Are we going to end up with a seller that has crazy opinions about what they want to do with the renovation? They don't match the buyer's needs. There's all this fear around it.
Absolutely.
And if you're like me, when I was doing this myself, guys, you don't want to dedicate a quarter of your life where you're not able to take as many listings and focus on your business because you're managing the project, right? So knowing that Curbio does that and the agents are afraid of spending their time and setting bad expectations, how do you address that need in a different way?
Yeah, great question. And there's probably a few different questions all in there together,
Yes.
But you're getting to the heart of the issue. Homeowners, selling homeowners, and the agents know that a move-in ready home that's been renovated is going to sell for more money. They're probably going to make more money, yet billions in equity every year is lost because they don't do that. Why? I think you've hit on most of the points. Either they don't have the time, they don't have the expertise, or they don't have the money.
Yeah.
But when you take all that together, it really boils down to uncertainty and fear, which is the enemy of real estate agents, right? I mean, there's already enough emotion with selling a home. So Curbio was really invented to solve all of those problems together. We do defer all of our renovation costs until closing, so the financing problem was solved right up front.
Which is incredible. So guys, I just want to reiterate this. Your clients do not pay them for all the work that they do until the closing has occurred.
Correct. And one of the questions we get around that is, what happens if the house doesn't sell? So we sign a sales contract with the customer that basically stipulates a few things. We're willing to go in and do the entire renovation. We'll wait as long as it takes to get to the home sales to get paid. We don't charge interest or fees. What we do ask, which is actually also a friendly contract for the real estate agent, we ask that the home stays listed, that they have a real estate agent working with them, and they do agree to lower the price of the home 2% a month after the first 30 days until it goes under contract. What we found is almost all the real estate agents we work with love that, because typically that's only required if the home has been overpriced a little bit, often because the homeowner has pushed to have that happen.
Yep.
So the financing piece is done, but we thought that was going to be everything. Hey, renovate now, don't pay us till you sell, end of story. That turned out to be probably the third benefit. The really important part of what we've built and the process here is about speed of delivery of the project, simplicity around the project, and really transparency. And so what I mean by that is we use a lot of technology in our business so that when a real estate agent calls us, by the way, we only work with homeowners that have a real estate agent. We don't do for sale by owner. We want the real estate agent to be a part of this process. And we don't market to homeowners directly. We market to real estate agents.
And we all love that, right, guys?
So when we get a call from a real estate agent about the property, we send, you're probably familiar with technologies like Matterport. Well, we send a video tech out to the home, do a complete 3D video.
Yeah.
And then we do an online walkthrough with the realtor and the homeowner, and we can create a fixed price proposal in a few days. So unlike the traditional home improvement process where it might take you a couple weeks just to get a hold of a general contractor.
Or to get them to show up.
Get them to show up, and then you have multiple bids, and then the subcontractors come in, everybody's measuring, there's days and days of measurements, and maybe a month later you get a proposal. That doesn't work for selling homeowners.
No.
Or the agent. So our goal was to design a process where we could move very quickly, get to a fixed price proposal, which we can do in a matter of days now. And then if the homeowner wants to go forward, we sign the contract, and we will have our project manager on site within 24 hours to kick off the process.
Amazing.
The other big difference between us, I guess, and traditional general contracting is because we only do pre-sale renovation, our whole company is built around essentially knowing what products and projects we need to do to make sure the homeowner is going to make a profit. So if you're looking for somebody to build your dream kitchen, don't call us. There's plenty of companies out there that can do that. They'll spend weeks with you, and they'll bring in tile from Italy or whatever you want. What we do is our team is made up of ex-realtors, flippers, and designers. So when we go into the home, we're all together on the same page. Our job is to make this home look great, sell quickly, and add a profit to our project work, and to do it as quickly as possible because, again, we get paid when the agent and the homeowner gets paid, which is at settlement.
Right. Amazing. Amazing. So, guys, you don't have to deal with someone saying, oh, I really like espresso cabinets, and that's what I think is going to sell.
Exactly.
And I prefer black appliances to stainless steel appliances because when I was little, I grew up with black appliances, right? We all hear these crazy reasons that a homeowner thinks it should be whatever they think. With Curbio, you resolve all of that. You're not even involved in those conversations. And I want to just, I'm sure you know what Matterport is, but I'm going to just restate what he said because I think it's so remarkable how they do it. They're basically taking measurements of the property and then bidding out the job through those measurements. And their subcontractors are not Joe Schmo, the single contractor dude that sometimes has a problem with his family, his process, overbooking himself. They are able to have absolute accountability with their subcontractors. So when we talked before, we talked about the turnaround time.
Yes.
And you told me, I believe it was 4 to 5 weeks for the majority of projects that you're doing.
Correct.
Which, if you imagine, if you're competing on a listing, some of you steer clear of the whole renovation conversation because you're afraid of the can of worms that's opening up. But what if you could go to that table with the seller and say, listen, in 4 weeks I could add, in 5 weeks I could add $100,000 of value to your home. Would that interest you? And by the way, you wouldn't have to spend $1.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a huge, huge competitive advantage. So that is remarkable.
It is. And you hit on a couple really important points there, one of which is the subcontractors. So with Curbio, first of all the general contractors, the project managers, are our employees. So we're not just providing a proposal and then somehow giving it to some network to go do. Our project manager is on site for every project in every city where we work. So we control the quality of the project, the timeliness of it, and our subcontractor network. So if there's a problem and the painter doesn't show up, that's our problem. The realtor will hopefully never know about that, or the homeowner.
Yeah.
And we will take care of that project from beginning to end. The second thing is, as a larger company that's turning this into something national, you also hit on the resources. So, general contractors, it's a tough business.
It is.
You are doing the sales and marketing work, then you're hanging cabinets, you're trying to collect from your customer while paying your subcontractors, you're doing your accounting at night. And that's why often there's some frustration in communication and trying to get a hold of people.
Sure.
So, excuse me, a company of our size, we have a dedicated team that does nothing but the proposal side, and then we have another team that does nothing but the project management completion side. We have those resources, but also we're bringing modern technology to what's typically been a pretty outdated industry.
Yeah.
My roots are in software. What this means for the real estate agent and the customer is complete transparency into the project. And by that I mean we have a project portal where every project we do, the homeowner, the real estate agent, our project manager can all log in. We have the complete schedule there so everybody can see when every step of the process is going to be done. Yeah. We post videos, pictures, there's online discussion. Nobody has to chase anybody down to figure out what's going on with their project.
It's amazing.
And that has become actually one of the things we were surprised at that is even more important now than paying at settlement.
Well, so many people are wounded from their experiences doing renovations. So if the homeowner renovated their kitchen 15 years ago, they never want to do another renovation again, even if they're leaving money on the table. But this really solves that.
It does.
So it's cool. Funny story. I actually applied to do a reality TV show like 10 years ago because I was doing all of these projects myself. And I was fronting the money because I recognized that that was a drawback that was preventing our homeowners from being able to do it. So many times, you know, I didn't have the money that I do today. I'm like eating ramen noodles so I can do a renovation, and then we're weeks behind. And so my team would always tease me because we would have 4 or 5 of these going at once. We would drive around to see who showed up that day. Yeah. Right? So I was the project manager of all of these, and I got to experience what it was like to get a proposal, think I was good, and then have someone ghost me. Which if you guys have done this, I'm sure you've been there. People have personal things that come up. You're taking all of that time, all of that frustration, and just outsourcing it to a company that has resources that we just don't have. So it's remarkable. I love what you've created.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. What I like about it a lot is everybody's a winner in the process. You know, we're obviously making money on the renovation work that we do. The homeowner is walking away with more money than they would have had they not done the project. And the real estate agent, yes, they're walking away with more commissions, and typically our homes sell quicker, but that also turned out to be not that big of a deal. You have a lot more experience in the field than I do, so maybe it's not a surprise to you. With the major thing was their ability to win more business, and really to offer real value to the homeowner, which they've discovered has resulted in much more word of mouth referrals.
Absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up because one of the things I was thinking, I have built my business by being able to differentiate myself, and sharing this with all of you today, I'm really giving you a huge competitive advantage that has worked for me, and I hope it works for you in whatever market you're in. And if you're in my market, go ahead and turn this off now. Just kidding. I'm totally kidding. But I think that people, when you manifest $100,000 because you have the resources to help them, or $50,000 or $10,000, that is meaningful for them, and the conversations they're going to have with their friends and family, they're going to remember you.
Absolutely.
Changes the game.
It does. So it's one thing, you know, for your client to say, oh yeah, my real estate agent was great. They recommended a home inspector, right? Versus maybe you coming in and saying, you know, oh no, my real estate agent was amazing. I made an extra $40,000 when I sold my home. You're absolutely right. It becomes, you know, really the catalyst for references.
Absolutely. Well, and they feel so smart, right?
Yep.
Because they selected you, and so then they want to pass on that smart thing that they did to everybody else.
Right. Now, look, we've done enough of these also that, I mean, we see the results. We're actually one of the only companies today that is looking at a verified kind of as-is price list, then seeing what our project's going to cost, and then following that through to the actual sale of the home.
Yeah.
Our average homeowner is getting back 2x what they put in our project. So in other words, if we do a $50,000 renovation project, we're seeing the listing price go up by about $100,000.
That's amazing.
So they pay us and they make $50,000 minus the commissions.
There's nowhere that you can invest in the stock market to get that kind of return, right? It's just
not
amazing.
Unless you're a flipper. And again, our company was created to put that extra profit in the hands of the homeowner.
Yeah.
You can make that profit. We'll work together to do that. So it's a fun business to be doing.
Incredible. Well, I know there's people that are watching us live right now, so I do want to welcome any questions that you guys may have. And I know that one question that will come up, and you're probably not going to know all the cities you're in at this point, but do you have an idea of the cities?
I do.
Oh, you do?
It's getting harder and harder. It's like a memory test, but we opened in Washington, D.C., and just to give you an idea, we now have about 5 or 6 project managers just in the D.C. area. We also are doing renovations in Baltimore, Philly, Atlanta. I'm going in the order we opened in: Dallas, Houston, Phoenix, Orlando, Tampa, and recently opened in Miami and Chicago.
Amazing.
So we plan to add 3 more cities this year, which will bring us to about 15 cities. And then next year, the goal is to be in 50 cities.
Wow.
So we should be generally available as a service in most of the large cities across the U.S. next year.
Okay, amazing. And brokers, if you have hundreds of agents and you go, this would just change the game for my agents, reach out to me and I'll connect you. Because I think that the goal is to really, you created this business for the homeowner and for the real estate agent, and to have everybody be more successful once they plug into the company. So I love it. Thank you for being here. Is there anything we didn't cover that you feel would benefit the real estate agents that are watching?
The only other thing I think worth mentioning is a lot of people have seen the rise recently of so-called concierge services.
Oh, yes. Good point.
And, I think our message to realtors and brokerages out there is this, in essence, is a way for anyone to provide a concierge service. Because, again, we provide the financing and the project management. The big difference between what we're doing and a lot of those concierge services is those are really just financing solutions where maybe your client can pay at the end, but they still leave a lot of the work to the real estate agent to monitor the project work or find the contractors. Again, with us, it's kind of turnkey. It's the financing, but more importantly, we're doing the renovation work from beginning to end, so that real estate agents can hopefully do what they want to do, which is buy and sell real estate.
Right. Not be sidetracked for the entire project. I thought of one other thing.
Yes.
Because now I know you, I know the company, I know what you guys stand for, we've worked with you. So I forgot to cover the reasons I was skeptical.
Yes.
Right? So I was skeptical because I thought, and I actually have a friend that runs a large brokerage in the area, and funny enough, one of her agents came to her and said, oh, I heard of this company, and she listened to her agent say all the details, and she said, nope, there's a catch, it's too good to be true. Well, that agent thankfully used you guys anyway and made her clients a whole bunch more money and probably has got referrals from it. But I had the similar, there's got to be a catch. So let's talk about how you guys make your money.
Sure. Yeah, there's really no secret. Like most general contractors, we make money on the project work and the renovation work. And we actually do very well because of scale. Yeah. We're doing a lot of projects. Our technology platform, while it's great for all the people using it so they can know what's going on with the project, it also saves us a lot of time and overhead.
Yeah.
So for real estate agents or homeowners that sit out there and say, gee, what's the catch? Don't worry about us. We're doing just fine. We're making profit on the renovation work, but you'll see that our prices are competitive with other similar contractors. Again, we make our profit through volume and efficiency with our platform. So we're doing fine. The homeowner does well and the realtor does well. And again, it works out for everybody. There's a lot of equity tied up in people's homes.
Absolutely.
So instead of sending it to an investor or a flipper, we kind of work together to pull that equity out and everybody wins.
Well, and just to detail what he means by scale, let's imagine that the homeowner goes out and they go to Home Depot right, with you, which is what I used to do. I used to go with them.
That's right.
Right? And I was part of that process, and I helped them pick the granite, and I argued with them about the backsplash. And I mean, that was my life, right?
Absolutely.
So they're picking out cabinets, countertops, backsplash, appliances. So what Rick's saying is, hey, instead of just buying those at a one-off, they're buying it at scale, and that's where
Exactly.
they're making their profit. It's not costing the homeowner anymore. It's just
Exactly.
that instead of buying one set of cabinets, they're buying hundreds of sets of cabinets, and that saves money and creates an opportunity for profit.
We will do next year probably over 1,500 renovation projects. We're going to buy about 1,400 GE stainless steel appliance suites.
Yeah.
It's what's popular. We know that's what should go in the home to sell it. And to your point, we're going to get a different pricing level. The homeowner's still going to get a great price, and that's how we're going to make our money.
Right. So even when we were doing 3 or 4 projects at the same time, I thought we were getting a great discount. This is a different scale, right? So
Yes.
that's how they make their money. And when I started thinking about the economics of that with my skeptical self, I thought that is brilliant because everybody wins. It's a win-win-win. So if somebody is interested, what is the website that they can find you on?
The easiest thing to do is to go up to Curbio, www.curbio.com. That's the other thing. You can put in an address on our website, or you can download our mobile app and just key in an address of a home and hit submit. Our home improvement consultant will pull the house up online, get familiar with it, and then call you and take you through the estimate process. You don't have to track us down.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible. Well, thank you so much for your time today. We know how busy you are, and we want you to stay busy and getting in more cities. For those of you that you're not able to use Curbio yet, keep watching because they are coming. All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Keri.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for watching our video. I hope you liked it. Give it a quick like below and comment and share. We'd love your feedback. For more videos like this, click here. And to subscribe, click here.